Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Danny, the Wicked Awesome Gardener, coming at you from the Wicked Awesome Garden. And today we don't really have a set itinerary. I'm just going to take you around while I plant a couple of odds and ends. I'm going to show you the peppers that I planted up. I didn't get to show you guys those. And look at these squash. They need to get into the ground. So we're going to do that today. They are very overdue because I didn't get to them last weekend, and then I had rehearsals for my show all week long, and then it just rained for days. So they're a little waterlogged in there as well, so this will help them to get them into the ground. This afternoon, when we had a little break in the rain, I finally got my kitchen herb garden planted in. So now that that's done, I can go ahead and take the Morning Glory and Cypress vine starts that I planted weeks ago up in the Wicked Awesome Grow Room, and can finally get those planted out so they can start growing along this fence. And I'm also going to plant a whole bunch of sunflower seeds. I am so late on my sunflowers. I really should have planted them 2 to 3 weeks ago, but we're gonna get them in the ground now. So I'm gonna show you some odds and ends. We're gonna plant up these squash. I'll show you the peppers that I planted, and there we go. And then hopefully tomorrow, June 1st, it's going to be nice and sunny. So hopefully tomorrow afternoon, I can shoot you guys a garden tour and probably a harvest video. I think I need to really start taking in this lettuce. Look at this gorgeous lettuce bed. Isn't that beautiful? But with all the heat we've been having, it's starting to go bitter. So it's time to harvest it all. Have a few last salads. We've got some great radishes down the end to harvest and put in with the salads. The spinach is all coming out because with the week of 85 to 90 degree temperatures we had, it all just bolted so fast. So that's going to go. The kale is doing wonderfully, but now that I'm going to pull out this lettuce and I'm not going to have them in the cut and come again rows, I'm going to very carefully dig up and separate those kale, and I'm going to spread them out here in the bed to give them room to fully mature so that we can have kale all summer long and into the fall. It's going to be great. I'm also going to harvest a whole bunch of it because I want some kale chips. So before we get going with our odds and ends day, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I am trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers by my 40th birthday, which is June 24th. What a better birthday present than to know that there are 1,000 people out there who like my videos enough to keep up to date and come back and keep watching. So please go ahead, click that subscribe button. I love to have you here, and leave me a comment because I love talking to you guys and engaging and talking about what's growing in your garden and all of that. Also, later in this video, there's going to be a bit of a surprise. I got a new tomato that you're not going to find anywhere else. But before we get to that, let's go take a look at what we're doing. Days and days of rain. We have some extra watermelon here, cantaloupe, and these are the cucumbers that really need to go into the ground, but we need to get that bed of holding over there all sorted out, and that's going to be happening during this week. I will have a video of all of that. These are the Inspire Hybrid Cantaloupe, and now that they've got a couple of true leaves on them, we're going to take them and plant them down there at the end of the trellis on either side of that Kajari melon over there. So we're gonna get that in. I already planted in these California Wonder bell peppers. This is one of the ones that I started, and then I got a couple more because honestly, mine weren't looking all that hot. They really stayed in those 4-inch pots for far too long. It's hard to see because this tree up here just keeps dropping more and more pinwheels, and there's so many more up there still to drop. Ugh. So I have quite a lot of raking to do, as you see, but that's not going to happen today. So it's hard to see with all that other leaf litter around, but there is a chiltepin pepper. And here we have various morning glories and cypress vine and some zinnias that I picked up. These I all grew from seed. And last but certainly not least, let's get the zucchini and squash in. I needed 2 zucchini this year, and out of everything I planted, I got 2 zucchini. So, all right. Now these are pole beans along the side. They're gonna grow up this kettle panel trellis. I'm gonna give these zucchini plenty of room to bush out. Some people like to grow them up a trellis. They'll actually take the vine and as it grows, stake it up. Honestly, I don't feel like with the spread of zucchini leaves that it really does much good as far as saving space or anything like that, so I don't bother. I just give them plenty of room along the ground, and I prune a little bit for airflow and just to make sure that we normally all these plants you see me putting in, I would be watering into the soil. Day this week. I'm too tired. But we did get a lot accomplished today. The herb bed is in, as you see behind me. The marigolds are all planted up. The squash is in. The peppers are in. The cantaloupe is planted in. That's a lot of progress. I did the strawberries today too. So next thing will be the sunflowers getting planted in here. I think I'm just gonna do that tomorrow. Maybe, you know what? I'm gonna do that as a live video tomorrow afternoon. Probably around 5:30 Eastern. So Tuesday, June 1st, I'm gonna do a live getting my sunflowers in. We're just gonna make that commitment. So you'll see that. You'll see this video today. I'm gonna post this as soon as I get it uploaded. Then I'll do my live Tuesday. I'll put out the video putting together the herb bed. We'll do that. And then over the course of this week, I'm going to film the transformation of the bed of holding. But now I have a promise to fulfill. I told you in the beginning of this video that I was going to show you a brand new tomato, or at least a tomato you're not going to find basically anywhere else. I went to a local nursery today. It's just a very small family business, and I got more tomatoes, of course. I have a German striped, a chocolate cherry, because I've been wanting one of these and I saw them and I couldn't resist. I have the willpower of a 4-year-old when it comes to new plants. German Johnson. And introducing this tomato. I'm not going to give its name because that might give away where it came from, and I don't want anybody pestering him or anything like that. But this tomato was developed by his father. It is an open pollinated variety. I don't know if it's quite old enough to be heirloom, but this is a tomato that they have been growing themselves for a very long time. Like I said, developed by his father and UNH, University of New Hampshire. But it's supposed to be a nice slicing tomato, not huge, but a decent size. What they were going for was an all-around tomato that was just a good size to put on a burger, that was resistant to cracking, resistant to pests, resistant to diseases. So I'm gonna grow this year, and I'm gonna see how it turns out, but it's already growing like gangbusters, so I'm gonna get that in the ground as soon as I get this bed of holding transformed. I don't know what I'm gonna call it in the meantime. I guess I'm gonna call it the one of a kind. Even though it's not, plenty of people in this area grow it. They sell it at their nursery, and so I'm sure that plenty of people in this area grow it and don't really understand the significance that this is their original tomato. But I love to get things that you're not going to find in other places. So we're going to grow this one and only. We're going to taste test it together, and we're going to kind of see how it grows. Who knows, maybe I will even try to cross it with some other tomatoes to make something really one of a kind, really brand new. That's going to be interesting to see what happens there, because that's why I have so many varieties of tomatoes, why I've been searching out different open pollinated varieties, because I want to throw some stuff together. Let's get messy, let's get crazy, let's experiment and see if we can make a really cool new tomato. So that's all I have for today. I've got to get to editing. I've got to get inside. It's been a nice day out in the garden where it hasn't been really cold or really hot. It's just overcast and kind of and very muddy. So I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment, because that tells YouTube that people like these videos and it will show them to more people who might like the things you like. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time when we grow some more wicked awesome food from yard to table. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please click here for more content. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to go through this journey with you while we grow something wicked awesome from yard to table.